I was wrong about Thorfinn. So a lot of people have been coming for me because I made a video that said Thorfinn was one of the worst characters of all time. I don't disagree with that for season one, but after watching season two, I can say that I was wrong. Thorfinn is actually a really good character. Original post that I made a comment against was saying that he is one of the all-time greatest characters. I still don't agree with that. I still don't think that Thorfinn is an all-time great character. I think he's a really good character. And I've really enjoyed watching his process of growth going from season one, which I think was a terrible character. But I think that was the point. I think the point of Thorfinn in the beginning is to see a person consumed with vengeance and hate, and what happens when you lose your meaning, the driving force, which was to avenge his father. Once he lost that, I would have loved to see what would happen more after that. You know what I mean? Because season one was really just the whole build and watching his journey as the conqueror and a murderer. But after, Ocelot died, I would have really liked if there was more to that. I would have really enjoyed seeing that part of Thorfinn's journey. Yes, we get to kind of see that he's still tormented by Ocelot in season two, and it's part of his growth and part of him growing. And I think he's also dealing with the feelings of, while he could never forgive him, he did also look after him and he taught him. And so there's a mix, a tension within Thorfinn. So, but I think that I'm not wrong in saying that the beginning or season one Thorfinn was not a great guy. I don't like characters like that. So for instance, I don't like characters like Sasuke. After he left the Leaf, I thought he was a terrible character, like a cruel, mean, awful character. And I think that's fair. I think it's fair. I don't think that they're designed to be likable. I mean, everyone likes like a Hisoka, or everybody likes, villains, whatever. But I don't think that when Sasuke was in his rebellious or like driven again by revenge, we were supposed to really like him or empathize with him. That's my thoughts. So characters like that, I'm never a big fan of, and it's a personal preference. I can sometimes admit, I can't think of a single character that's driven by revenge that I like, with the exception of like Guts from Berserk. I think that while he was still driven by revenge and he was pretty standoffish with a lot of people, he did also let some people in. He did also do some good while he was in pursuit of his vengeance. And I think that it's just a difference in take. It's a difference in how the approach, So I've watched season two of Vinland Saga. I got to be honest, I'm not a big fan of season two. I'm not a big fan of Vinland Saga, period. I just don't think it's for me. I don't think it's my cup of tea, although I'm going to finish season two. I will say this. The one reason that I am glad that I continued watching is Thorfinn, because I'm happy to admit when I'm wrong. I'm happy to be wrong, because great characters, great stories, great anime, that's always a plus for me. So if I think something was bad, like Hitman Reborn, I'm glad that my friend told me to keep watching, because it was 27 episodes of like the slowest, silliest anime, but when it got good, it got good. Gintama was another one. I'm glad that I kept pushing through. So I'm always good to find out that I'm wrong. I just don't think that Vinland Saga is that great of an anime. I do think that Thorfinn is great, because while he started so far away from me to the point where I didn't like his character, now I really like his character. And the reason I like his character is because of the growth. The growth in season two of Vinland Saga is absolutely amazing. Thorfinn, I love his process. I love how broken he is, how he's still dealing with trauma. I would have liked to see him fight more, which is ironic, because some of the violence in season one is some of the reasons that it turned me off. But, I would have liked to see him fight. I definitely would have liked to see him with the blades. But I really admire his stance that he's not going to hurt anybody. He doesn't want to hurt anybody. And then having to like break his like code for others, it's it's a good show. It's a decent show. I definitely wouldn't recommend it to anybody, but I don't think I would talk bad against it. I just simply think it's not my cup of tea. It's not my type of anime. Like Attack on Titan it's barely. I don't know even I can't even explain why I enjoy Attack on Titan because it's that type of like energy. You know, I'm just it's too much for me. Whereas it's so funny because season 1 was too much. It was just like so messed up and dark. And then season 2 is the same without all the violence, but there's still violence. And I guess the violence might be what is triggering me, which is weird because I'm into battle shonen. I'm saying that I am wrong, or I was wrong. I got someone made a comment today, and I guess I realized I didn't make a long video saying explaining that I was wrong, and I have no problem admitting that I'm wrong. That's the thing. I feel like people have a hard time admitting when they're wrong. There's nothing wrong with being wrong, you know. Especially if you're making takes, it's good to have your perspective shifted and updated. And I had mine shifted and updated about Thorfinn because he is a good character. He is extremely well written, and he has some of the best growth I've seen in any anime character. So, one last time, I was wrong about Thorfinn. He is a good character. If you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe. Until the next time, stay casual.